Hello, Lauren. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Thank you for meeting with me today. AZFIT Academy Elite Coach Samara here with Lauren to talk about her journey in the academy thus far. Lauren, you've had quite an amazing part of our academy so far. You've done level one and you've just done amazing. You really have learned a lot. You've made so much progress. I'm really proud of you. And I would just like to ask you a few things about your journey with us.
Absolutely.
So my first question for you, Lauren, is where were you emotionally and physically before you joined the AZFit Academy, and what did you struggle with the most?
So before I joined, I was just feeling really disjointed with like my habits and what I was eating, and it just didn't feel aligned. I didn't feel powerful. I didn't feel good. Um, and I really struggled with like sticking to any kind of structure. It felt like very up, very down. I just didn't feel like I was being the best version of myself for me, for, when I show up at work, when I'm showing up in all my relationships. So yeah, it wasn't a great place before I started.
Okay. I like how you worded that, the best version of yourself. That's something we should all strive to be in every part of our life. And was
Totally.
that maybe what you struggle with the most?
Like showing up for
Okay.
myself.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think it's so common among so many women where we're really societally trained to like put everyone else's needs before our own, which ultimately doesn't end up serving anybody because you're
Very
burnt
true.
out, you're exhausted, and you're not showing up in your best way. So, yeah, I think I wasn't really putting myself at the top of my priority list in any way.
Very, very true. We really need to do that. To be able to be our best for others, we have to be our best for ourselves.
Totally.
Awesome. And what would you say your biggest accomplishment in the AZ Fit Academy has been thus far?
Just really showing up consistently and like developing habits that feel second nature now. Like it sort of just gave me a sense of ease, and that feels like really amazing. Like on top of like results and whatever, and like lifting heavier and feeling like really strong in the gym, that's all like awesome. And I love that so much. But then it's also, I think even more than that is just this ease that I feel of like, I know how to show up for myself in a way that feels really healthy and manageable and doesn't feel extreme on either end. And it just, yeah, it's like a peacefulness that I think is kind of what I'm the most proud of from what we've done together.
I love that. I feel like that's something that you and I have chatted about a little bit each week so far is
Mhm.
how sustainable and how simple and easy to follow everything has been. Like you're not feeling like you're doing something crazy and you're not feeling restricted and you're not feeling exhausted. You've mentioned that every week that you really feel like everything we've implemented has been doable, right? And that's really important for
Totally. I think a lot of plans or, like these crazy cooked up schemes that I feel like we've all gone through.
right.
It's like it is going to consume every waking
Mhm.
thought, like
Absolutely.
tracking every single thing and like being overthinking, and instead just taking it to a place that's really sane
Right.
is kind of how I've described it, like whenever we've chatted. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like amazing. It's how it should feel.
You're correct. Exactly how
Yeah.
it should feel. And I,
Mhm.
I love that that's what you are enjoying the most. Like that to me is it means we're doing everything right.
Yeah, literally.
Awesome. And what would you say are the steps that we've implemented thus far that you're going to continue with moving forward?
The emphasis on strength training has
Mm.
been huge for me. I think it does something different to your brain, than any other kind of exercise. And just like the power and the confidence that I felt, like really leaning into that style of training. I don't think I could ever not do that
Right.
forward. Meal prepping, yeah, crazy. You think that it's like oh, it's gonna take so much time when it actually like frees up all this time throughout your week.
Absolutely.
Both, yeah, like actual like hours, but then like mental, it's like I don't need to sit there and think of 7 dinners I'm gonna make for
Mhm.
me and my partner. It's like, no, okay, this is what we're having, and I've made like all the base elements and we just kind of toss it together and away we go. I don't think I could really not do that. Same thing. Like I'm like, oh yeah, meal prepping. I just
Yeah, it's
never
just part
stop.
of your routine now. Yeah, I love it
Yeah,
because you're right. In the beginning, meal prepping for most people, it seems daunting and overwhelming, but you've seen how much time it saves you, how much energy, and like you just said, the mental load, the stress. It saves you stress because you know what you're eating all week, you have it prepared, and you know you love it too. You enjoy it, which is a big part because if you don't enjoy your meals, you're not going to be consistent with them, right? So I think that that is a game changer for all of us when we start to learn a meal prep. I love what you said about strength training. I will say, Lauren, one of my favorite things about going through this journey with you is watching your glow up. And I think your mental glow up, even though your physical glow up has been phenomenal. I have to do a double take every time I look at your pictures, like, whoa, but I think watching your mental glow up has been my favorite part. I like when I talk to you nowadays on our calls, I have to keep reminding myself that you're Lauren because like you are still Lauren, but you have come so far and the confidence you have just shines through. Like it's almost a different personality that you have when we chat and I love it. It's like that boss babe personality. You're like, I know I'm awesome. I know I'm fit. I know I'm doing great and I'm just going to own it. And you take it into every part of your life too. I know we've talked about that. It's helped you at work with your relationships. And I feel like that's when this becomes the most sustainable and enjoyable journey is when you can see the benefits in all areas of your life, right?
exactly. Like it doesn't feel like this weird thing that you're on for a short amount of time and you're like, oh, I can't wait until I just get these X results and then I never have to do this again. When that's like how we sort of get on this crazy cycle to begin with. When
Yep.
it's just, okay, let's like create a life that feels really great,
Love.
where you're showing up in a way that's like really good for you, and feels like positive and fulfilling. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Awesome. That's amazing. I love it. I love watching you just evolve in your journey, and I'm so excited to continue to watch you evolve. So, what would you say to someone who might be on the fence about joining the AZFIT Academy?
I would like really just highly recommend taking the initiative to like invest in yourself, both like fiscally and with time and effort. Because I just feel like when you show up for yourself, everything in your life improves. And like you guys have just been so supportive and like realistic. And it's not like this, like you're not asking me to like completely blow up my brain and change everything about myself. It was this really gentle but like firm being like, okay, we're going to create some good
Mhm.
habits that are going to serve you. Um, and just like, I mean, I was vegan before,
Mhm.
and if you're not, be like, girl, you got to try this because it's awesome, especially in this way.
We
Um,
make it fun, don't we?
yeah, you do. You make it easy. And like, sometimes you can, it's like what we were talking about in the last question. Like, it just takes so much time and gives it back to you in different ways.
Mhm.
Like going through a program like this, it takes the guesswork out. And it's just like a really loving thing for yourself.
We do
So
focus on that self-care, that
yeah,
self-respect that this gives you, and that's really a
yeah.
big part of it is because in my opinion, doing something like this is the biggest form of self-respect. Saying I'm going to do
Oh,
it for myself,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like showing up for yourself consistently with accountability. I think it just improves your relationship with self, like beyond. Mhm.
Exactly. I would agree 100%. Is there
Mhm.
anything else you'd like to share about your journey in the AZFit Academy?
Just that it's been kind of crazy. Like, how much I feel like I've come home to myself in the matter of like what's been like a summer, like I started.
Yeah, not
Um,
that long, right? Just a couple months.
Yeah, and like I was feeling super disjointed, lost, not at home in myself. And now I feel like a deep sense of personal power, that isn't based in any sort of like the fleeting measurements that I was maybe like obsessed with prior in sort of prior iterations of attempting wellness. Um, and I just feel like really me, if that makes any sense.
Love it. No, that makes a lot of sense. I will say finding yourself in this journey is a big part of it. And I felt in my own journey, I felt the same thing that you did. Strength training was that for me. It was the game changer because you don't know how strong you are. You don't know
Yeah,
what you're capable of until you try. And then once you get that door open, it's almost like the blindfold comes off and you're like, my goodness, this is what I'm capable of. Well, now I'm gonna take it as far as I can. And I think that that everlasting desire to chase your potential and really improve yourself on a regular basis, that's what changes that mentality for you.
totally.
Yeah, I see
Absolutely.
that. I see that in you every week when we chat, and I love it because it's just like you're like, I got stronger with this exercise, and I feel more comfortable with this, and you just you know it and you own it, and that to me is like that speaks bounds because that's something you can't you can't get anywhere else. You can't buy that. You can't find it. You can't happen upon it. You have to put in the work, and you're seeing just what that does. And it's like we talked about, it's touching every part of your life. I know you said it's affected your relationships and everything too. And that's so powerful, I would say.
Totally. And I think as women, I think often we're really nervous or scared or intimidated of like getting in the gym and lifting and like doing strength training.
Yeah.
And like once you get in that rhythm and you really start to explore, like you said, like what you're capable of physically, you're like, get out of my way. Like I feel
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you own
like
yourself in the gym there. You own your space and you really feel like you are supposed to be there. And I love that. I know
exactly.
how confident you are in your gym now, and I'm loving watching it. It's great.
Yeah. It's like a great place. I can just put on my headphones and just be in a flow state, which is amazing.
Perfect. That's what we want. Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
Lauren, thank you so much for answering all these questions. And I would like to formally congratulate you. You have officially completed level 1 of the AZFIT Academy, and you've done amazing. And now we are going to take it into level 2 and challenge you even more. And I'm really excited to continue to watch you grow and evolve and embrace that potential that I've seen you from day one.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Of course, my absolute pleasure.